back will change the world.
Wow.
So I thought I would share this with you.
Nice.
People have heard 5G explained a few different ways. Without somebody in the studio who's actually an expert on this, I want to just use the article as a reference point. The one I like best is this one. Moving from 4G to 5G is like moving from a typewriter to a computer. Mm-hmm. That's what they say.
Oh, I love that.
So in other words, the 4G is what we've been using up till now, and we thought it was great. So that would be my phone, the apps on my phone, the GPS system we have, right? All those things that we currently think are really, really cool are going to look as antiquated as the typewriter looks once we get into 5G.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Isn't that something?
Isn't that hard to believe?
Yeah, because you still need a keypad.
Like when you look at a high definition screen in somebody's home or at Best Buy or in your own home, right?
Aren't they fabulous?
And then you remember, or maybe you even have an opportunity to look at a TV similar to maybe the first color TV you had when you were a kid, and you have to wonder, oh my gosh, we thought that was so great at the time, right?
Yeah.
The one thing I can still say with some kind of confidence, I do think the quality of the sound on the handheld phone was way better when I was a kid.
Oh, me too. I agree.
I just think so. I just think the sound quality was better on the handheld phones, and not to mention the fact that the plastic those phones were made out of,
right,
was like indestructible. My father could throw that phone across the room and it never broke.
Me too. I threw mine across the room a couple of times, just took it right off the wall, and it just whacked.
Right?
Yeah.
But, did you have like the long spiral wire so you could walk all over the kitchen or wherever?
It wasn't super long,
Yeah.
no. We had to kind of hang out by the wall phone. And then there was a tabletop phone connected in my folks' bedroom, the handheld.
Did you have
receiver
rules,
thing.
like you couldn't answer the phone during dinner? That kind of rule?
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't able to do that. And, of course, there were no answering machines back then and everything. So, and people pretty much didn't call during dinner time because everybody sort of ate at the same, time.
That's probably true.
So,
yeah.
There were some kind of unspoken times, and that was one of them.
Like if somebody had told me that one day there would be no payphones, I would have said, now how are people going to call each other in an emergency?
Yeah, exactly.
And now there really are no not none, because I think I've seen one in the airport.
Yeah.
I guess just for the few hanger-oners who don't want to have a cell phone. But, I mean, they're pretty much gone.
Oh, they are.
And phone booths are gone.
Yeah.
And so many things that we used to take for granted are just not there anymore because we've taken, we don't have paper maps anymore.
Right.
Right. We still, if you go to the bookstore, you can still buy like a Rand McNally Road Atlas.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I think
I've seen
I saw him at, is there something going on? I know you should look
okay,
at the one.
I got it. Yeah. Okay, I checked it out. He's okay.
Okay. So anyway, so things have changed. So how is 5G? So how are things going to change? So we've already kind of established how things have changed from the past up to what we call 4G, right? And it all hinges on the phone. Do you know? Well, not just the phone, but the TV. It's all kind of the same thing now, right?
Right. Exactly.
Do you know what I was thinking? I was thinking to myself that everything we do as humans, every motivation we have, really is about the words. Do you know? And so the words are so important. If you think about how do you want people to remember you, ultimately that's the end, right? You're done. Your life is over, right?
Exactly.
And people are now talking about you in the past tense. And that's all you are anymore. Your words that people are saying to one another.
That's right.
Like, for example, could somebody please get the door? So that Robin doesn't have to get up.
Exactly.
But if you think about it, that's really why I guess the technology is so important, is because it is all about the words, right?
It is all about the words.
Let's see. The idea of moving from 4G to 5G is like moving from the typewriter to the computer. And those who are in the know say it will revolutionize our country, our world, the industries we work in. You and I have seen the changes in this profession. I don't call radio an industry. I call radio a profession.
It is. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Because we used to have, obviously, tape recorders now. There's no more tape recorders.
Right.
One of the hardest things I can remember trying to get myself to be comfortable with was the idea that there was no physical vehicle through which we captured sound anymore. We didn't have a tape, in other words, or a cassette.
Exactly.
Everything was on a computer. There was nothing you held.
Right.
And when you filed away something, there was no filing cabinet. It was all in a computer, right?
Exactly.
That took a while to get some used to, right? It's been a long time, but
Oh, it did. It did. And then especially when we would be recording things, and you had to look at the meters, before with the tape, but it was just, I don't know, just so much more comfortable with the tape, and then it was so foreign when it went to computers, and now it's second nature.
So there's a thing called the Internet of Things. And I don't know that I quite grasp this. So the next level of all of this is as comfortable as we got with computers and all of the things that we now have. There's going to be another learning curve for us, but I think we'll handle it well. I think
too,
we are going to be really okay with this one. The kids, forget it. It'll be a natural for them, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, as soon as you're out of the womb, the babies are playing with something with buttons.
But the Internet of Things is going to be interesting, and so some of those things are part of what 5G will make possible. You've all heard that the refrigerator will be on the internet. Your refrigerator.
And it is now. I mean, some of them. Mine isn't. I don't have a smart refrigerator.
Yours doesn't even make ice cubes anymore.
No, I have to fix my ice maker too.
But it will tell you, like you're out, you're running low on eggs or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And then more than that, it'll order them for you.
Isn't that amazing? That's scary.
And then more than that, it'll give your trusted grocer the information so he can not only bring them to your house, but charge it to your account.
Right.
And I suppose if you really trust him, he'll have a way to get into your house and put them in your refrigerator.
Exactly.
And then you'll be sitting on some plane, over the Pacific Ocean, and, Jerome brought over the eggs. Oh,
yeah,
good,
right.
Good. I'll have some eggs when I come home then.
But, that's coming full circle, because in the very beginning, people would go to their community store and then they would buy things, and sometimes they didn't have enough money. So, they each opened up accounts for that. And now with the internet and stuff, it's come full circle. And, the access to the accounts is the norm now, because you don't even have to exchange cash. It's all through, electronically. Everything's done electronically.
So here are some of the things.
Amazing.
5G network will handle billions of Internet of Things devices, which, by the way, if you see IoT, that's what it means, Internet of Things.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you if there was an acronym. Everybody loves
capital
acronyms.
I, lowercase o, capital T.
Oh, they made the O lowercase.
Lowercase. IoT.
What's the matter with them? The word O.
Remember, that almost looks like idiot, but it's not.
It does. All
right. So billions of devices. It's the ability of 5G to simultaneously process and manage data promises to create new opportunities in virtual reality. Okay, so virtual reality, I've played with this a little bit. I got these little goggles here. You put them on. My son has a really amazing virtual reality thing, but this one is...
Yeah, you can almost smell the odor and everything,
Right,
no matter where
right.
you're going on the face of the planet or in outer space.
So you can virtually be someplace. The only problem is if you are virtually taking a walk through Disney or taking a walk through New York City, your legs don't get tired.
No.
And you're not burning any calories. You're just sitting watching what somebody else saw when they walked it.
That's right. You mean
Right?
couch potato.
But the cool thing is you can sort of kind of experience a place without having to go there. That's the cool part, right?
Yeah, that's very cool.
So you have that. What else do we have here? The augmented reality. The augmented reality kind of fascinates me because I just learned about it not too long ago.
Which is cool.
And augmented reality, if you don't know what it is, it's pretty simple to understand. If you just imagine you have some goggles on, or maybe you're just looking at the screen on your phone, and you and your husband are thinking about getting a new couch for your living room, right? And you say, well, which couch do you want to get? And you stand in your living room, in the actual living room, and you say, well, let's see what the red one looks like. And you push whatever button or tell Siri, or what is that lady called, Alexa, you say, show me the red couch. Boom. And it'll be right there in your living. It won't really be there. It'll look like it's there, and it'll look like it's up against the wall, or you can push it to another wall, or you can have it on an angle. You can say, I don't like it that red. How about we have less red? It'll show you the different colors.
Yeah.
What will that? We already have it with some of the art we've done. When people buy the artwork, they can augmented reality can show them what the painting will look like in a certain frame.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
And what it will look like on their wall. So you put the painting on your wall in an augmented reality, and you understand what it's going to look like, and if you want to pay money or whatever, right?
Yeah, for sure. And all of the different styles that are out there, even the matting. And the matting is pretty amazing, because sometimes you can go to a frame shop and you'll see the same picture, and it'll have a mat one way with a frame, like showing a lot of the picture, and then the same picture will be the mat showing a little bit of the picture with a frame, and they both look great. So it's really hard to decide what you want. So this augmented reality really, really helps when you're doing that, when you're decorating.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the things specifically that going from a typewriter to a computer. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. So you go out the door here at the mall, and you want to go to your car. The 5G technology will bring your car to you. The parking lot of the future will no longer be one flat slab of asphalt. It will be multi-layered, and the cars will all be in there by some kind of a robotic device. So when you pull up to the mall, you get out of the car, and the car goes and parks itself in this multi-tiered parking facility.
Wow, sounds like the parking lots in New York City. Only the men park the
That's
people
right.
park the cars, but they're all multi-tiered, and they're on lifts. And
yeah, you're right.
Wow,
Forgot about
take
that.
elevators. Yeah.
So, but your car will drive itself to you. So when you're ready to leave the mall, your car will get in line with all the other cars and will drive itself to the curb you're waiting at.
Isn't that something?
You will have on your phone or whatever device you have an estimated time of departure. So you will know about what time you're leaving. So even if you're not done shopping, you can say, okay, car, I want you to be waiting for me at 4 minutes after 6, right?
Yes.
Exactly 6:04. And then so you finish up in the store, you come out at 6:03. There it is, 6:04. You don't got to wait just a minute, right?
Wow, isn't that something? That's pretty cool, actually, when you think about it.
That'll be a way for the individual car. Another thing about the individual car is there's a good chance you won't actually own it. The car will be owned by the car people.
Right.
And so you don't actually have a car. You have access to a car.
A means of transportation.
Your car.
Yeah.
Which
is, that's pretty cool.
It's disappointing because we all love our cars.
Yeah,
So I don't know how this is going to go over, but they say, Robin, that the young people are not that big on cars the way we are.
Yeah, yep. And that's how it was with me growing up. I mean, you come from, a family. We had one family car growing up. That was all we had, was one car. So my brother and I, we took the city buses and stuff around. So in essence,
it's kind
that's
of like
about
that.
the same thing.
If you think about it, yeah.
Yeah. It's about the same things, and we didn't think anything of it. We enjoyed it.
The way you will pay for the ride is automatically handled, so you don't even have to worry about that. The way that the fuel is paid for, it's probably going to be an electric car. The car will automatically go to the recharging station by itself.
Yeah.
If the car you need is not charged, don't worry. There's another car that will come and pick you up. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
If you think about it.
Absolutely.
There will no longer be a steering wheel. You will no longer necessarily need to face the front of the car. If you and your friends are being taken someplace in one of these new vehicles, you might be sitting in the back almost like you're sitting around a coffee table.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. I just hope there are humans on the other end.
One of the reasons we don't have flying cars right now is the fact that there's no way to actually govern the traffic in the sky.
Yeah.
The 5G, according to this, will make it possible for flying cars that might actually be a drone to be autonomous. In other words, you don't control it except to tell it where to go.
Yeah.
And it knows how to get there, and it knows how to avoid all the other flying things that are out there.
Kind of like the ultralights. I mean, that's, to me, that's the precursor to the flying drones that have humans as passengers, are the ultralights. I mean, wouldn't it be cool to see a whole parking lot full of ultralights?
They wouldn't be in the parking lot. They'd be in that multi-tiered parking facility.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that would be the other thing too. So let's say you wanted to go shopping not in Ocala, but you wanted to go shopping in Orlando. So instead of calling a car to take you from your house to the mall, you call on one of those autonomous drones.
Yeah.
They pick you up in the front of your house. It lifts into the sky. It travels at 250 miles per hour.
Wow.
And you're
That's
down
a
in
neat ticket ride.
And you're down in Orlando, and you're at the mall down there, or wherever you want to go. Isn't that amazing?
Exactly. Very much so.
6 people drones are probably not that far off either. So you and 5 other members of your family could go, and that does not include a driver because there is no driver. Hey, good morning.
Exactly.
Let's see what else the 5G is going to bring us. Some are calling it the oxygen of self-driving cars. The 5G technology. The speed and ability to compute in real time will make it able to connect to other vehicles, other people, and buildings. Street lights will also be part of what they're able to communicate with. It will know in advance if it will have to stop. It will know in advance if somebody has broken down. It will know in advance if somebody's standing in the road. Okay, so this is implying that you as a human being will have something on you that tells it that you are there. So so how does it account? Oh, there's got to be an answer to this question, but how does it see like a dog or
a ball coming out of the side, and a child is playing with a ball on the sidewalk and a ball
right? How does it see
out.
those things? How does it see? Yeah, a cow running into the road. How does it see all that stuff?
Exactly.
Or a deer.
That's what has to be worked on, is that type of thing.
All right, the next one. The Da Vinci robot has been performing procedures, medical, surgical procedures for a number of years now, often from a nearby room in the same hospital or medical office, but 5G allows physicians to take that technology on the road, performing surgeries from across the planet.
Now that's pretty amazing.
So if you have a surgeon and he's in San Francisco and you need him to do some work on you here in Ocala, he'll be able to do it, or she'll be able to do it.
Yeah, she'll be hooked up to that robot.
There's no unexpected glitches expected. Yeah, right.
Yeah, now there's
Wow.
Yeah, no, there's going to have to, something is going to go wrong somewhere.
But it says it happens in real time, whereas right now with 4G, everything is has a little bit of a gap in time.
Yeah.
So it's not synchronized.
Yeah, but still, even if it is synchronized, who's to say there is a power glitch or something, and then with the power itself.
So the factories of the future will not have a whole lot of humans in them. With 5G technology, which is 100 times faster than 4G and 10 times faster than broadband, the world will be changing in so many different ways. For example, Qualcomm is working with Honeywell, GE, and Ericsson on the 5G Innovators Initiative to create new blueprints for the factories of the future. The 5G will allow for the creation of things unknown, not just the improvement of current processes, which means that the only people in the factory would be those people who are maintaining those things.
Right.
And even some of the maintenance work is done by robots as well.
Well, yeah, because when I was visiting TJ up in New Jersey, we went to the grocery store up there, and there's a robot, stands taller than a person, and looks very space age. And you can go up to that robot and ask the robot where something is, and that robot will verbally tell you. If there's a spill on the floor, that robot will alert one of the workers in the back, and that person will come out and take care of the spill. And it's pretty amazing. I love that store.
So is this only going to be for the rich? Like, will there be a really huge divide between those who have and those who don't have?
I think so, at least for the first decade.
Let's see.
Until things get, cheaper in cost.
Those of you who like video games, it says here you will be virtually in the game itself. That's like science fiction, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's like what those goggles are for.
Yeah.
You're just, virtually there, which is the coolest thing ever.
5G aims to reduce latency times of a millisecond. It allows for the development of even more and better augmented reality, expected to be in place by 2020. Well, it's now July of 2019, so yeah. I think it's almost here.
I think so too. And we have to welcome it. We can't, not welcome it. We can't diss it, because this is the wave of the future. And if people try to resist it, then they're the ones that are going to lose.
Pokemon Go is a popular game. People looking for Pokemon creatures in augmented reality. We had some in here on the table, unbeknownst to us. So when the Pokemon Go players were standing outside of our window, pointing their fingers in here, we didn't know what the heck was going on.
Exactly.
And then we found out that we had some Pokemon guys. Well, now in the future, the Pokemon creatures will be able to call out to them and actually be animated and be running around.
Oh, wow. I can see a hazard with that. People
oh, my gosh.
Into each other. Now, that would kind of be fun.
The Internet of Things is set to play in the industrial sector as well. It stands to reason the entire supply chain will benefit from 5G in its ability to connect and communicate among a widely disparate group of connected things. Again, this sounds like the rich. If you have the chip implanted in you, you will be able to buy things at the grocery store using 5G technology without ever pulling out your wallet.
Yeah, that I'm still against.
That sounds like the Book of Revelations.
It does. It does. They have a name for it, and I can't remember the name. Mark of the Beast, I think. It's called in Revelations, the Mark of the Beast, when you have the implant like that.
Yeah, but why would that be a beastie thing? I can understand. Yeah, I understand. It's a reference to the Book of Revelations.
Yeah,
something like that. But what?
Yeah, government control. I think that's
what it is.
What it's referring to.
Maybe 5G looks like 666 because a G and a 5 almost look like a 6.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And then the next phase, once 5G has a handle on with everybody, then there's going to be 6G. It's not going to stop. It's going to keep advancing.
There you go. There's the 66.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, Robin! I think you're right. Okay,
that's it. But it'll be an interesting trip along the way.
So anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we have no idea. We have no idea. All right, if you hang in there, we'll be right back. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. Something's got to happen here because I pushed the 4G button. We still got 2G over here, as a matter of fact.
There you go.
Oh, there it goes. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. They tangled over topics like tariffs and healthcare in last night's Democratic debate on CNN.
We are the Democrats. We are not about trying to take away healthcare from anyone. That's what the Republicans are trying to do.
Senator Elizabeth Warren, immigration also another major focus, with the more progressive candidates looking to decriminalize illegal border crossings. 10 more Democratic hopefuls, including former Vice President Joe Biden, face off tonight. The White House announcing a plan to allow Americans to get cheaper prescription drugs imported from Canada. And the Fed wraps up a 2-day meeting today.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is expected to announce that the central bank will slash interest rates 1/4 point. However, the president has called on the Fed to make a larger rate cut.
Fox's Hillary Barsky. Today we learned that payroll processor ADP is reporting 156,000 private jobs added in July. This is Fox News.
Today we decided to walk to school. The light counted. 15, 14.
41, 31, 13.
We took a left on Carroll Street. Danny's smart, but he gets distracted.
I
Realized he forgot his homework.
I hope I don't have another bad day at school.
When you can see learning